breaking news, and check your screen as you are watching this video now. Kindly check your screen. The US government has mounted pressure on President Ahmed Tinubu to remove Bello Matawalle. The growing pressure of the US government to remove Matawalle, this according to Sahara reporters, and it is right there on your screen, over the issue of insecurity across the length and breadth of Nigeria. Now, don't forget, Minister of Defense had resigned. Now, yesterday in Kogi State, terrorists killed 4 human beings in that part of Nigeria. That information is also right there on your screen. Again, yesterday in Sokoto State, many human beings were kidnapped in Sokoto, and the Sultan of Sokoto was in Kaduna for a security meeting, so he was not around. But many human beings were kidnapped yesterday in Sokoto State. And also in Kogi State, many people have been kidnapped early this morning, the 2nd of December 2025. Today is Tuesday. Now, this is causing divisions among Nigerians. What is the fate of Nigeria? How do we move going forward? Now, today I'll be reading many comments of my viewers today. But then let us look at this angle. Tinubu is now removing power from the Fulani one after the other. For the first time in a long while, Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Air Staff, Chief of Defense Staff are not Fulani. It's been a long time that has happened in Nigeria. But Tinubu have now said, let us find a way to end insecurity. And the US government, the pressure on Tinubu, they want to share intelligence with Nigerians, but they don't trust some people. And you have been seeing the fact that the terror sponsors list in the hands of the president is also causing tensions across the north. Now, let us start the program properly. If you are watching for the first time, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, on notifications, drop your comments, click the like button, and also share this video. Now, kindly like and share as you are watching, and also drop your comment. Share this video as you are watching, and also drop your comment. Subscribe if you have not subscribed, and also on notifications. Don't just subscribe. Subscribe and on notifications. Share this video as you are watching. But then, before I proceed, let me read some comments from my viewers which they dropped. Elizabeth Chineye said, anybody advocating for amnesty to the bandits, anybody who is advocating amnesty for the bandits in Nigeria or for the terrorists in Nigeria, that person is also a terrorist. This is coming from one of my viewers, Elizabeth Chineye. I've been telling you to drop your comments. I read some comments. Now, do you agree with this individual? Modupe Olotu, one of my viewers, she said the only solution for Nigeria is to be divided into 6 regional governments. Let every region control their own resources, police, custom, forest gas. This is coming from Modupe Olotu. So Solonas TV, he said Nigeria is not a one united tribe. Tinubu must restructure Nigeria, state police, resource control, regional system of government, or division. Abaju, that's his name, he said nothing like negotiating with the bandits. Nothing like negotiating with the bandits. All of them should be arrested. Abaju said it. Isaac Mene, he said, arrest them. Don't just release their names. Now, I see all of your comments. Sometimes I read out on the program. So drop your comment as I'm watching this video, I have read some of the comments that people drop from Elizabeth Chinenye, Modupe Olotu, Solana CV, Abaju, and Isaac Mene. Drop your comments, I'll read your comments. But let us continue. What do you think is the way out of Nigeria? Do you agree with Solana CV, who said that we are not a united tribe? Tinubu must now restructure Nigeria, state police, resource control, leadership of government, or everybody should go their separate ways. This is coming from Solana TV. Do you agree with him? Modupe Olotu said the solution for Nigeria is to divide into 6 different regions. So people have been talking about no more regions of government, let everybody go their separate ways. So I am giving different comments from different Nigerians. Do you agree with the person? Elizabeth Chinenye, she said, if you're advocating for the bandits, you're also a bandit. Drop your own comment, but let us continue on this. My opinion yesterday, it seemed that Isaac Mene he agreed to my opinion. We can stop celebrating the names that have been released. Let them be arrested and properly investigated. That is how to show that we are ready to end insecurity in Nigeria. At this stage, we must stop deceiving ourselves. If we are truly ready, arrest these people and properly investigate them. It's as simple as that. But again, what do you think? Northern elders, northern politicians, they met yesterday in Kaduna State. They met yesterday, all the northern politicians, for a security meeting over what's happening. But you know the North, their own is one and indivisible Nigeria. There is no way the North will ever support the country of divided. Have you seen Sheikh Ogumi talk about that? Have you seen Sheikh Ogumi came out one day to tell you about restructuring or a regional system of government? Tell me if you have seen it. Sheikh Ogumi coming out to talk about restructuring. Has it ever happened in Nigeria? Now listen to me. Have you seen the Sultan of Sokoto come out and talk about restructuring? So there is no way the North will ever want Nigeria to be divided, because at this stage, it is the North who is benefiting from Nigeria. The West and the eastern part of Nigeria and the Niger Delta and the rest, they always complain about the structure. Look at the Constitution. 1999, which we are using, handed over to Obasanjo by the military. A country that has Sharia law. You understand? Look at the North with their own Isba police. So what we are trying to say is the fact that the North will never want Nigeria to be divided. Now with this US pressure mounting on Tinubu, it is time. Let us have a proper structure in Nigeria. You know, if you have been watching me, you know where I stand. How many times have you seen anybody from the North celebrating when our soldiers eliminate terrorists? Have you seen it before? That anytime soldiers eliminate terrorists, they celebrate. That is the kind of country that we find ourselves. And the truth cannot be hidden for long. That's the problem. We are not one as a people. We have different cultures, languages, religion, food, and everything. So until we have a proper structure, these things will continue. Now, in Kogi State, right there on your screen, you saw what happened. 4 human beings have been killed again. The same Kogi Kwara Expressway, they have kidnapped people again. Is this how we want to continue as Nigerians? Proper state police, control your region, and then whatever God has given to you, benefit from it. If I ask you a question, okay, drop your comment on this. What are you benefiting? Or in a proper and wider scope, what are we benefiting from in northern Nigeria? As you are watching this video, drop a comment. What is the benefit that the North is giving to Nigeria at this present stage? What have we benefited as Nigerians? These are the questions that we must ask ourselves at these salient times. If they are deceiving you, it's better You must stop deceiving yourself. If someone is deceiving you, quite alright. At this stage in Nigeria, we cannot continue like this. And I thank God, so people in the north are going to see the light and then return it. Because look at the issue of Almajiri in the north. Look at the educational gap, and look at how bandits are even forcing them to close down their schools. But these bandits have been there under Muhammadu Buhari, who introduced Python dance to the eastern part of Nigeria. How many times has he introduced Python dance to the northern part of Nigeria? But now it's late. Buhari is dead. Look at the north. Somebody want to convince me that, oh, people hate Buhari because he was a Fulani man. Umaru Musa Yar'Adua was also a Fulani. Nobody hated him. It's about the performances. Stop hiding under the lens of ethnicity and religion. The North does not want to hear anything called restructuring or division. They don't want to hear anything like that. And you wonder why. Some of us know why. The system currently favors them. And until the South agrees to speak with one voice, that ever a time will come when the Yoruba man, the Igbo man, the Niger man, the Isha man, everybody, the Calabar, the Urobo, Shekiri, the Jos, everybody will agree to speak with one voice. The North will continue to rule over the South. What they do just to divide you and pick somebody from you, and you are divided. Muhammadu Buhari went to Kenya to bring in Nnamdi Kanu. Now, Nnamdi Kanu has been given life imprisonment under Tinubu. The question is this: how many bandit leaders are being given life imprisonment? That is the thing. So you keep dividing yourself in the South, and the North keeps consolidating on power. And this is a very, very bad development. We cannot continue like this as a normal people, as a normal country. So you have heard from different viewers. Drop your own comments so that probably I'm going to read your comments on my next program. So like and share this video on your notifications. Some politicians finance terror. Their names have been kept in secret. That names must be revealed. But me, I'm not even interested in any name. I want to see a proper arrest of the sponsors of the bandits. I want to see them arrested. That's where I stand. I want to see all of them arrested. All of them must be made to face the full wrath of the law. That's the thing. Yesterday, in the Northern Governors meeting, I did not hear any of them talk about restructuring. How many times have you seen them? They had a meeting yesterday in Kaduna. How many times have you seen them talk about restructuring? These things are the problem. We must stop deceiving ourselves. Under one Nigeria, look at the atrocities, look at the evil that has happened, look at the evil that is being done. This is not how a proper country should be. Under one Nigeria, look at the various forms of evils that have happened in this country. So let us have a system that favors everybody, every tribe, and every religion. The issue of Sharia law that the North is talking about, how has it benefited them? Somebody should convince me, how has Sharia law benefited the North? That is the problem. So you can convince me if you wish to. Tell me one advantage that has came out from Sharia law till today. So these are the problems. Sharia law was only used like a politics under Abbas's government. These things does not favor the average citizen in Nigeria, and all these things are the problem. Look at the issue of Maitasine the other time in the North. Different groups coming out like at different times. Boko Haram under Jonathan's government. Like Jonathan even shouted that they are Boko Haram in my government. and a word came from the north. An attack against Boko Haram was an attack against the north. Okay, you understand? So these are the problems, and mind you, some of you can pity for the Fulani or the north, but then sometimes you reap what you sow. So the names coming out is not about the names. Let us make sure that all of them, Tinubu must arrest them. He must not follow Buhari's pattern. He must make sure that these people are properly arrested and investigated. And we know the names, obviously. When the names were given to Muhammadu Buhari, how many of them were Igbo people? How many of them were Yoruba people? Listen, if they were Igbos or they were Yoruba, the president then, Muhammadu Buhari, he would have arrested them. He did not arrest only one. So it's not about calling names, it's about let us see the arrest of their leaders. And people like Sheikh Gumi must not be allowed to interfere in his state matters. Let him keep quiet. That's the problem. He must never be allowed to interfere in his state matters. Sheikh Ahmad Gumi at this point should keep quiet. The president must stop indulging people like that. Listen to me, it's a bad sign. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu must stop indulging people like Sheikh Gumi. Let him keep quiet and keep short and stay wherever he is. He is not, he should not, and he must not be seen to be above the law. So let him keep quiet, let him stay wherever he is. Anybody that's among these names, all of them must go down. That's where I stand. Everybody, the names that are on the list by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, all of them should be arrested. There is no other way out of this mess than we find ourselves. Then nobody should be seen to be above the law. Anybody that is found culpable of sponsoring bandits, Boko Haram, all of them must be subjected to the law and let them face the consequences. We have seen what we call the elders and farmers nonsense. Elders and farmers clash, which to me is never a clash. The X-Men have weapons and we see these things. The farmer does not have it. And it is the X-Men that take their cows to the farm. The farmer does not go to the X-Men to disturb them. It is the X-Men who take their cows to the farm. End of the day, some of the farmers are killed. And later, on the social media and everywhere, you are going to hear farmers and others clash. Where did they clash? These things are genocide. You are asking yourself in Nigeria, why is there so much that food is now very costly? The simple answer is this: because many of the farmers can no longer access their farms. Some of them are now doing petty jobs because of these so-called elders. How many times have northern elders themselves cautioned the elders, the northern clerics, the Yeti Allah leaders? How many times have they been cautioned? How many times have the people of the north told President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, like I always do, I always support Nigerian military to destroy the bandits? How many times have the north ever told President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to destroy the bandits? I am giving you facts and figures here. I have always stood, and if you be following me, you know I'm always consistent. For example, in 2015, I warned all Nigerians, and I keep saying it, I warned Nigerians against voting for Buhari. But look at where we find ourselves today. Some people called Buhari a messiah. Look at Nigeria today. But I knew that this man does not have national spirit. Someone like Buhari has no business being a president of a multi-ethnic and multi-religious country. No. When Obasanjo was there, all Nigerians felt included. When Yar'Adua was there, all Nigerians felt included. When Gulojota was there, all Nigerians felt included. Not until Buhari came and you saw how this man was appointing people based on tribe